Welcome to the Jenspiration Conversation. My name is Jennifer. If you are new to this channel and this video has found you, it's because the universe's algorithm has put it in your feed for a reason. So there's something in here today that they want to bring to your attention. So welcome to this space. Thank you for being here. Returning viewers and subscribers, man, you have my deepest gratitude and appreciation for coming back to sit with me, hang out here at the channel, and have another Jenspiration conversation. Thank you for being here. Today's video was inspired by a very quick conversation I had with a stranger at the grocery store this morning. And I finished getting my groceries and immediately went to the car and jotted down in my, you guys have seen my little crow notebook. Speaking of crow, he's right there. Because I was like, I want to make a quick video about this. This person that I spoke to at the grocery store just started talking to me randomly, which sometimes happens, just about something that they were going through in their life. And they just, literally, I was getting green onions, and she was just telling me all the reasons why she had just made a decision to do something, and she was like over explaining herself. And I simply just said to her, no one has to get it except you. And she said, you're right. I said, girl, don't worry about it. No one has to understand you. No one has to understand your decisions. No one has to have a deep, comprehensive review of your life or the decisions that you make. People don't have to get it, and they won't get it because they're not meant to. And then I could tell she wanted to hug me, but I was like, no, we're strangers. I don't really want to hug a stranger. But anyway, she just kind of like grabbed my arm like that, and she's like, thank you. And I was like, just have a great day. Anyway, that happens sometimes. Strangers just feel the need to tell me things, and that's okay. If you are an empath and your energy is kind of light, you will notice that people are drawn to you and want to share things with you. So the video is going to be called something like, not everyone will get it because they're not meant to. When I first started my awakening and the changes in my life, I was making decisions based on a new frequency because I was awakening, and coming home to myself. I was shedding, and I started the healing process. But I found myself feeling like I had to explain all of that to the people in my life, especially my family, because obviously people are going to notice that you're making different decisions, or you're doing things differently, or you're behaving differently, or you can blow your life up like I did and completely change everything. But I found myself in conversations with them over explaining all of the reasons why and how I had come to this decision, and all of these like pros, like why I had chosen to quit my corporate job and start my own business and register for some online classes and, take up yoga. I was like explaining myself to them, and they didn't necessarily ask for a detailed explanation, but I felt like I had to. And it's this weird place that we find ourselves in, where we feel as a society that we have to justify our decisions, and we have to justify why we choose to do the things that we do when we don't have to. Not everyone will get it because they're not meant to get it. Your soul's journey and your soul's path is uniquely yours. That's it. It's yours. Your friend has a unique journey that is theirs. Your mom, your sibling, your boss, your colleague, your partner, your neighbor, and I could go on. Everyone's journey is uniquely theirs. So if someone chooses a direction, a change of direction, a halt and a redirection, as a society, we have become so empowered to put our opinion on that person's decision when it's none of our effing business. So I want to speak to you from the point of view of, if you are in the midst of awakening and you're having some deep reflective conversations with yourself and you're thinking about making a change that, while to the outside world may seem drastic, but to you feels so aligned, do it. Regardless of what you think other people are going to say, do, think, feel, whatever, do it. Because not everyone will get it, because they're not meant to. That's the message today. A lot of people don't understand why I left a 6-figure corporate job, a 3,000 square foot house, money in the bank, to completely start over at 44. Yeah, was I 44? Doesn't matter. I was looked at sideways, like, what are you doing? Now, there are some people in my life that were like, yes, girl, you go. But there were former colleagues, former bosses, friends, even my random neighbor was like, what? It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter, because you're not living my life. I am. I have made these decisions because they have aligned with me. I have chosen a direction that is aligned with me. So listen, if you make a decision to cut your hair tomorrow and dye it pink, amazing. Who cares if someone's going to be like, oh my God, you cut off all your hair. Oh my God, oh my God. No. That decision felt aligned to you, you do it. If you want to sell everything you own, quit your job, move to the beach and work as a bartender and live in a hut, I salute you. Because if that's what your soul is calling you to do, and if that's where you feel and intuitively know that is what you're supposed to do, then do it. And then you're just going to have to tune everyone out around you. And I say this over and over, it's become my thing, and I think Spirit wants it to become my thing. Tune out to tune in. Everything around you is noise and doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is right here. Your intuition, your instincts, your feeling, the vibe, the energy. What feels aligned to you feels aligned to you. Whatever that is. Be weird. Fly your freak flag. Change your name. Change your gender. Change your address. Change your job. Change your partner. Change your clothes. Whatever you want to do, if it feels aligned to you, then effing do it. Because not everyone will get it, because they're not meant to get it. And then the second part is, don't feel like you have to explain yourself to people. You do not owe anyone an explanation for anything that you do. Now, the only caveat there would be is if it directly affects someone else. If you are married and you're making these drastic decisions, one would hope that you would, consider your partner. But I'm talking from the sense of, you don't have to explain yourself to strangers, to your friends, to your family, to anybody in your life around what you are choosing to do for you. You will waste a lot of time and energy towards that activity. And that's something that I learned. I have stopped explaining myself to people. Now, if they ask, what led me to said decision, sure, I'll share with them, but I don't over-explain. I decided to go in this direction because I felt called or pulled to. And I'll tell you right now, in real time, this is the end of May 2026, so whenever this video lands in your feed, it's timeless. But at the end of May 2026, I am being called further and further away from interior design to the point where I've taken it off my website. I no longer energetically feel like that's what I'm meant to do. And while I still love decor and I still enjoy it, it's not where I'm being called. I am being called to work more spiritually. I am being called to work more authentically. I am being called to work more supportively and collectively. I also intuitively know that when my divine counterpart, my man, for lack of a better word, when he comes into my life and we come into alignment, both of our purposes are going to ignite. I can feel that. I energetically know that when I come into union with that person, we are going to light each other up in the best possible way. I feel like my psychic gifts will heighten, his will heighten, my purpose will become clear, his purpose will become clear, and we are going to just light the world on fire together. Because that's been a pull for me. I've always felt like, because I've been single for a very long time, I'm like, there's something around union energy for me. And I don't have to explain, I know I'm explaining that to you, but this is a video to try to, you know what, I'm being counterintuitive here, but I'm explaining this to you in case you can relate to this feeling. Now, I am not saying that I am waiting for him before I do my next thing, because guys, I have been doing my thing for a very long time. What I know is what I feel aligned to, that's where I'm headed next. So I am feeling called away from interior design, and I am being called more towards spirituality, spiritual practices, working with a collective. But my partner is part of that. When he comes into my life, there is a beautiful, I can see it, I can sense it. There's businesses we're going to run. There's giving back to our community that we're going to do together. But I know that that frequency is ready to take off when we come into union. So for me, that is where my soul is calling me right now, real time. Your soul might be calling you right now to quit that bullshit job and, I don't know, become a topiary or whatever they're called, or I don't know, maybe you want to get your own graphic design business off the ground, or you want to sell everything you own and travel the world for the next 2 years. Amazing. Okay, amazing. But there's going to be people in your life that are like, oh, I don't know, it sounds risky. Sure, it sounds risky. It sounds risky to them because to them, that's a huge risk. To you, it's just like, I'm just following my soul. It's not risky to me at all. When I blew up my life, I didn't think of the risk at all. Risk didn't enter my mind until I was talking to someone else. When I was talking, to my family, that's when they put all this risk in my brain. But I was like, no, I don't feel it's risk. I feel it's aligned. So if you are ready to do the thing and someone is saying to you, that's too risky, don't do it anyway. If it feels aligned for you, do it anyway. And sure, every leap of faith is a leap of faith. There's power in putting yourself out there and taking that risk, that leap, that journey into the unknown where you have no idea what the outcome's going to be. You have absolutely no idea, but you can just instinctively feel that it's what you're supposed to do. And that's that indescribable thing that you can't articulate it. You just can't put into words what this feeling is, what your intuition is calling you to do. And if you've experienced that and you've done it and you've looked back and you're like, wow, my instinct was right, my gut was right, look at me now, then congratulations. You did it, right? You maybe it was a big step, maybe it was a small step, but you still did it. You still took that step to live a more aligned life. So that is the message for today. The message is today is not everyone will get it. Not everyone will understand you because they're not meant to. And the people who will get you and will understand you will gravitate towards you. You will call in energetically the people that are meant to be with you during those changes or during that new frequency or during that new timeline that you step into. And if you're out here trying to make changes and you've still got some old frequencies and old energies and just people's opinions weighing you down, tune out to tune in. Tune everyone out and just go in here and go, okay, yesterday this was really aligned, but I had a conversation with person A and then person B, and they both told me it was too risky. But if I sit here for a second, do I think it's risky? No, then it's not, because it's aligned for you. It's not aligned for them, okay? They're not meant to get it because they're not meant to understand your journey, just like you're not meant to understand theirs. So that's the message for today. I want to encourage you to take some time, sit with yourself, tune in here, see what feels right. And then if it's a big step, go. If it's a small step, go. But tune everyone else's opinion out. Not everyone is going to understand why you make the decisions that you do, or why you left that 14-year, oh, look at the squirrel. The crows are they're having a conversation out there. Why you left that 14-year marriage when people are like, oh my gosh, you look so perfect together. But meanwhile, you were miserable and you decided to step out and go do your own thing. I commend you for taking those steps. This collective commends you for taking those steps. So congratulations. Do it. Just know that no one else will understand you because they're not meant to. And the people who do understand you will absolutely be cheering you on. So thank you, my friends, for sitting and having a Jenspiration conversation with me today. I very much appreciate your time and your energy and the reciprocity you bring to the channel. I'm deeply, deeply grateful. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.